Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. How are you, my dear? Sorry, um, all these doctor visits were kind of like they just came on all of a sudden, and the last couple of weeks, so everything, my world's been filled with this stuff. So I'm sorry I got all my appointments pushed back, and I thank you all for being so patient. And hopefully, I've got that stuff out of the way at least for a little bit. If this is scratchy, I'm taking my computer back to the shop tomorrow. Hopefully get that fixed so that won't be that way anymore. So let's get on with the reading. Um, I like to tell my first timers I see, hear, feel, sense, know a little bit of taste and smell. This is not an exact science. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades, and I have to describe the picture to you the best that I can. Hopefully, get the whatever the message is in the picture, get it across to you. I stink at names, so if I say like John, it may just be a male with a J or a JO name. It may not be the exact name, so don't throw the reading out. If there's things that don't make sense now, write them down. You'll either remember it later. Maybe another family member will validate it, they will know about it, or it will happen in the real near future. So there's a lot of things involved in a reading. It's just not an exact science, and they communicate the best way that they can. And a lot of times when they bring a message through, they just bring a little bit of it because they bring it through enough for you to know what they're talking about, but it's none of my business. I'm just the vessel that they talk through, and that way I don't need to know all the details. You already know, so I don't need to give you every detail. I do not spend my whole reading validating every little thing that's happened in your life that they would know about, because to me that's a medium patting themselves on the back going, look what I can do. This is about them talking to you. So anyway, let's get on with it. And she was already here jabbering. We're going to talk to Samantha, but her jabbering, it's like it's not like she was talking a foreign language. It's like she was trying to say something, but she wasn't communicating. The words aren't coming out of her mouth like she wants them to. And I don't know if this is something she was always this way, or if it's something like towards the end where her words didn't make sense. I feel like there was a great frustration inside her head, like she knew in her head exactly what she wanted to say, but it wasn't coming out of her mouth right. But it was more like, could you guys kind of talk telepathically? Like she could kind of talk from inside her head and talk to you, and she knew. It's almost like you could read each other's mind. And yeah, that was it. Okay, that she said that was an easier way for her to communicate, that you just kind of knew what she was thinking. That she's talking about it. She says the dog, a dog, a dog, a dog. She's talking about a dog. She she's already flipped to something else. Talking about a dog. She's talking about a little. I don't think that's the dog she was talking about. But now she's showing me. She's showing me kind of a black dog, but it's kind of long haired, kind of woolly, but not kinky hair. It's got long, soft hair. He looks black, and he looks like he's a large dog. So the more she's showing him to me, the bigger he gets. Even if you did not have this dog, she's acknowledging this dog. And it could even be a family member or friend's dog, neighbor's dog. She's acknowledging this big, black, kind of long-haired dog. And she's making a point of his big tail with all the hair on it. But he feels like a gentle giant. She's making a big deal of this dog. So even if it wasn't your dog and can't think about it now, you'll probably remember it later. Um, Okay, she's saying, I was trying to read your questions. She's saying, no, there's nothing that you could have done differently, that she came to this earth meant to be this way. It was something she chose, and I don't, from what I've been taught, before we come here to the earth, we actually decide what we're going to be, what we're going to look like, what type of a family we're going to come to, what they're going to learn from us, and what we're going to teach them. And we come with a predestined exit point where we're going to leave. Sometimes it can be a little sooner, sometimes it can be a little later, but there's an area where we're going to leave. And if something's going on at that time, that we might get to stay a little longer than we had planned on, if that makes sense, that there's something that somebody still needs to learn, or something that's, I don't want to say this, something that's just not quite ready at that time. But there's pretty much an area where sometimes we come here and we pass, not too long after we're born, but we came for that purpose. It's hard to explain in just a little reading, and I don't want to take up the reading with that. But she said this was already predestined, her exit point. She says there's a lot of things that you learned by having her in your life. A lot of things. And she wants you to hold those to your heart. She's going like this. And she says, I can feel you and I can hear you. She says, my short life was happy. And she's showing herself as bubbly, happy, just enjoying the ride. She said she enjoyed the ride. She's talking about an uncle. I think she said Matt, like M-A-T-T. Don't forget, I stink at names, so it could be an uncle with an M or an M-A name. He made her giggle. He makes her giggle. Makes her giggle. I hear the name Caroline. I don't know why they keep giving me names when they know we don't get them exact. I probably make it worse by saying that all the time. She says, sometimes you smell roses. She says, my mommy loves roses. I bring her the smell of roses. So you could be sitting on your couch, driving in your car, walking through the store. You get that smell. That's her saying hello. And when you get any of the signs that she's going to mention, because she'll give you several, well, they usually do. When you get those signs, tell her, I know that's you, I love you, bring me more. I want to know that you're with me. And you will get them once you start recognizing them. It helps to validate them, to validate her, and that way she goes, oh, look, she got it. Now I can do some more. I asked them to do things besides penny, nickels, feathers, and all that. Get into something that's unique for her. She's talking about, she looks like she's being pushed in something like a cart or a grocery cart, not a grocery cart. She's going through the store, she's being pushed in something. And then she shows herself sometimes walking, but with a different gait, kind of more like a walk like this. And she would grab things off the shelf that she wasn't supposed to. She says, but everything looks so bright and shiny and pretty. And I wanted that, and I wanted that, and I wanted that. She didn't know what she was going to do with it when she got it, but she wanted them. And then sometimes she would throw a fit when you took them away from her, put them back. She says she didn't understand the concept of money, the exchange of money, I should say, the exchange of money for the item. She wanted to give you those things as presents. They weren't always something she wanted. Some of them were things that she wanted to give to you, and she's making me want to cry. She wanted to give you gifts, and she didn't feel like she was able to give you a gift. She says now she realizes she was the gift. It's something you see when you get to the other side. She makes me want to cry. She's so sweet. She feels like she had a heart like this freaking big. She says, yes, sometimes I was a brat, but I just wanted to make them happy too. And she still does. She can hear you. She can see you. You can talk to her. You just have a problem hearing her. She wants you to know that. I hear the word canine, which is dog. She must like dogs a lot. Sometimes I just throw words out, but I'm still going to throw the word out, even if it's just one word. Okay, so I asked her who's with her now, and she said Grandma. Grandma's with me. I'm trying to get her to show me either have Grandma step forward or her show me an image of Grandma so you know who she's talking about. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting the grandma that's with her. But there's also a man. Usually I can feel the relationship, like if it's a grandma or an aunt or an uncle or something, and I'm not feeling a relationship, but it's a man, and he's standing in the background, and he's tall, he's slim, he's very wise looking, he's dressed nicely, but I almost feel like he's a guide for her, somebody that she knew about, that she saw her whole life. And she may have expressed seeing this guy. He's got a hat on. But he's staying in the background. This is not for him to come forward, but she wants you to know that he's there. So there's a reason for this. They don't ever waste a message, so whatever they say, there's a reason for it. She knew everybody that was around her right there towards the end. She feels like she couldn't communicate to tell you that she knew that everybody was there. She had other friends like her that she enjoyed. She got very excited over other kids her age. She says other than her frustration over not being able to communicate all the times the way that she wanted to, that her life was awesome here. She says, I love you, mommy, I love you, I love you. And she's like, I love you, mommy. She says, I can communicate now. And now she's showing herself in your kitchen, and she's like scurrying around all over the place. Just, so, okay, let me ask her something. It's like her energy is just all over the kitchen, just. I'm trying to find out how you're going to know that she's there. You either have or you're going to hear what sounds like a metal skillet or a metal pot, like if you set one on the stove, or rattle or touch together, or some kind of that metal pan sound in the kitchen. That will be her trying to let you know that she's in the kitchen running around. She's showing me a big sharp knife in the kitchen, like a big butcher knife. Well, not the big butcher, but the big long knife. And okay, trying to see what she's going to do with it. She's just holding it up right now. She's showing it for a reason. So the sound of this big long knife, because forks make different sounds than spoons in the drawer. So the sound of big long knife with a wooden handle, if you put it in the drawer and it rattled or touched the other knives, whatever that distinct sound is, listen for that, because it's not going to sound like the forks rattling. Okay, then she's showing me a tea towel on the door under the sink, like stuck in the handle. Even if you don't have one there, you're still gonna, what she's showing me is, because that's where mine is, that this tea towel is going to keep falling on the floor. You're going to go back, and it usually doesn't happen when you're in the same room. Usually you'll walk out of the room, you'll come back, and there it is on the floor. And you'll put it back, and you'll walk out, come back, and there it is on the floor. I don't know why it doesn't happen when you're in the same room, but it usually doesn't. And that'll be something easy for her to knock off, wherever it's at. So you hear the knife, the pot's rattling, the tea towel falling, acknowledge her. Tell her you love her. Thank you. Thank you for showing me you're here. Did she go to some kind of a special school? A school. She likes to go visit there. She liked the kids there. She liked to go visit it. And she still does. And she's all giggly about it, like excited to see her friends. Somebody used to sit and just brush her hair and brush her hair, and it soothed her. That's something that she really loved, was to have her hair brushed. She liked that connection. She liked the touching. She liked the feeling of somebody was doing it because they loved her. She liked watching out the front window. Oh, then she showed that she loved watching out the front window, and then she goes, please don't hold any grief or guilt because I couldn't do everything that everybody else did. Please don't hold on to that. That's that was my path, not yours. So please, because she was perfectly fine with it. She may not have acted like it when she was here, but she was actually inside perfectly fine with it. Even though maybe she wanted to go more than she did, she still it it's nothing that you could have done different or nothing that was your fault. She wants you to let go of any guilt that you have over her not being able to do some of the things. She says we're all here for a reason. She says she accomplished her reason, the reason that she came here. I don't know if we all do. I think, and I believe in more than one life. We come back and do different things. But I don't think we all accomplish what we come down here for. And then we have to come back and do it again. She says something about a horse. Somebody have a horse she'd like to go pet? Or she went somewhere where they had a horse and she got really excited. She says there's something special on her tribute, and I believe she's talking about her tombstone. There's something special either written on it or put on it, and she likes it. She wants to thank you for it. She she says, but I'm not there. She says I can observe it and look at it just like you do, but I'm not there. She says, I'm here. She gets all excited. She's so sweet. She's sorry she cost you so much money. That was not her intention. She's talking about doctors, doctors, doctors. And a rabbit. Something about a rabbit in a hole, going in a hole. Rabbit, rabbit hole, rabbit going in a hole. She's just kind of spitting out things. Now she's showing throwing up a piece of popcorn and catching it in your mouth, which I could never do. I'm not coordinated enough. She always wanted to do that. She says that you thought, how am I going to put this? You have to help me. You thought that like your house and your things, you don't live in a mansion. You don't have big fancy things. She said you don't need those things. She said she was perfectly happy where she was. She didn't need a mansion. She said it wasn't about the stuff we have. And then she's showing a room full of people, family. She's showing a room full of family. She said that's what was was important to her was that, not whether there was a new kitchen or a new car in the garage. Because she didn't care about those things, not even here. And once we get there, we really don't care about them. It's just stuff. She said she was perfectly happy with her life here. She said every so often she would get a new fuzzy blanket. And she just wanted to hold it and curl up in it and cuddle it. She said that was like gold to her. Now she's showing me a stuffed bunny. Now, she mentioned the rabbit going in the hole, but I don't think that's associated with. She's showing me a pink stuffed bunny that she's holding. She's calling him Peter Rabbit. He has a little bow on. I think there's something around his neck. And he's kind of a long, his ears sticking up, just like a long stuffed animal. At least that's the way she's showing him. She says, no regrets. No regrets, Mommy. No regrets. Because she doesn't have any. And, a lot of these people that I talk to, there's a lot of things they regret. They didn't tell people they love them enough, or they didn't do stuff, or they didn't do that for somebody, and she has no regrets, and she doesn't want you to have any. She is perfectly happy and satisfied with the life that she had here. I'm not even sure if I've heard any of them say that. She says it was the way it was supposed to be. She wants you to only have love in your heart. She says, don't forget to have as much love for everybody else in the family as you did for me. She wants you to hold your head up. Think of the good times. She's kind of jabber, 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 but she's not saying words. And then she'll come up and say some words, and then she's so excited. She's so excited, but a lot of stuff that I've got to listen close to her, because a lot of stuff is not really sentences or words coming out, and then she'll say something. So she spends a lot of time in your house. That's why your signs are going to be mostly about kitchen noises, and don't forget the roses. She says, don't forget to return it. I don't know what she's talking about. Is there something you're supposed to give back to somebody? Take back to a store? Take back somewhere? She says, don't forget to return it. I don't think she's going to show me who else she goes and visits. Her energy stays pretty much close to you. That's where she felt love. That's where she felt at peace, safe, protected. Knew you would do the right thing. And happy. She says, okay, I'm going to go. I want you happy, Mommy. And now she's showing me the hairbrush. She talked about loving to have her hair brushed. She's showing me hairbrush now. So you might watch your hairbrush. It might move. It might fall off on the floor. It might get to where you can't find it. It might end up in odd places. She says, or you might sit on it. I don't know if she's going to move it where you're going to sit on it, not knowing it's there. That will be interesting to watch for. She just wants you to know that she loves you and she's still there. In her own way, she says. In her own way. She says, okay, I'm going to go. She's showing me roses again. She must love the roses. She's handing you one. She has a whole bunch of them in her hand, but she's taking one out and handing you one. They're red. She says, I'm giving it back to you. Like you gave me. So at some point, did you give her a rose? She's just so full of love and all giggly. She's so sweet. Okay, you may also feel her. She's tapping me on the shoulder. Okay. So they don't have a finger, but she's tapping me on the shoulder. So it's not going to feel like I take my finger and poke you on the shoulder. It probably won't. Once in a while it'll feel like that, but it could feel like a pin stabbing you. It'll be her energy, or it could feel like maybe there's a bug crawling there. Like it may feel like a little zap, or it may feel like just pressure pushing on you. But she's showing like right up here, poke, 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 poke. So if you're sitting there and kind of relaxed and watching TV and you think you feel something poking you, and she's on my right shoulder. Usually they'll show me which one exactly. That'll be her trying to get your attention, letting you know she's there. She says, okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. But she wants to do the beauty queen wave. At least that's what we call it. Okay, I'll be around, Mommy. Now you know what to watch for. And she's actually skipping. She's skipping off, skipping. And perfectly skipping. She wants you to see that. She's perfectly skipping along like a little girl and waiting. Okay, I hope some of this resonates with you. I hope that you see and hear your signs so you know that she's there. And let me know. See you later. Thank you again for being patient with all my things going on in my life lately. Hopefully my life's going to calm down. See you later. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. Much love to you. Oh, she wants me to blow you a kiss. That's from her. Much love to you. Hope you feel her. Talk to her.